You're listening to 880 The Biz, WZAB, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. And now the world at 880thebiz.com. There is only one person in South Florida that knows and lives with the movers and shakers. One person who knows the ins and outs of the South Florida business elite. There is only one man that fits the bill. Ron Mann. This is the weekly place to be on the radio. The Ron Mann Show. Join Ron and great guests for 60 minutes of impacting and entertaining talk. Exclusively here on South Florida's only business radio station, 880 AM, The Biz. Now, here is, without question, the man, Ron Mann.
'Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite, TNT, and I will not fight.
We are live. Welcome back to another exciting edition of the Ron Mann Show. It is Friday, 3 p.m., September 24th. For those of you that are listening on our replays, this is when we're initially recording it. And I must bring that up, actually, Super Dave. Super Dave, the engineer, of course. Our engineer is here as well. Because of the fact that we are replaying the show a couple of times. And I do tend to get people calling and people texting at those off times. I wish I could get Jason on, but Jason, of course, my co-host, is late to the show again. So there you are, Jay. Huh?
I'm here, Ron. I made it.
You know what? I really want anyone that wants to call in today at 305-541-2350 and say goodbye to Jason. You're more than welcome to do that because it is his last show. And it's been great, Jay. It really has been.
Has been good.
And it's a good thing I don't pay you for this because then there would be, certain.
I might be here on time.
Certain
right?
issues involved. Maybe that's what it takes to get you in. But
we could try that.
No, actually, we do. We're in the third week of our contest, which is guess what Jason does for a living, which is good. We've gotten six or seven entries, essay form, on that as well. But anyway, Jay, thanks for making the show. This is a big show, actually. I'm very excited. If you know, I'm talking a lot more clearly this show, not as excited. Didn't have my afternoon coffee. Actually had a great lunch today at Salmon right down the block. You ever eaten that place? Awesome place. Big show. We have a topic show tonight. But today we're going to do, of course, Stephen Boyce is here. Stephen, say hello.
Thanks, Ron. Yep.
And
Glad
we have another individual that's going to come in a little bit. Stephen's got a great company called Project SEO.
Correct.
And
our website is www.projectseo.ws.
He's hyping it already. Look at you,
Specialize
true
in
marketing.
internet marketing.
And the great thing about Stephen is I met Stephen recently. This website, first of all, the website's amazing.
Thank you.
The concept, what you're doing is amazing. I mean, you've put such an incredibly modern spin or an updated spin on, website development and helping clients from a technology standpoint, and those types of things. We're going to talk. You're going to stick with us the whole show. So I want you to I want you to stick around. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. We'll take a break and then we'll get right into some of the things that you're doing because you're doing some amazing things for companies, and I know our listeners will be interested in. But a busy week out there for a change. Blockbuster Video, bankrupt,
right?
Bankrupt.
Wondering if you get my videos that I just sent in for.
Let me tell you something.
Bank of America.
I went in the guy. The hostage
Who
thing.
was that?
We'll get into that in a sec. But let me tell you about Blockbuster Video. Okay, I have always thought that Blockbuster was the biggest ripoff in. I mean, you could possibly $5 to watch a video. I justified it. I said, you know what? Want to watch a movie? I'll pay the $5. Netflix, me, I don't have the patience to put things on queue and wait another day. I want to watch a movie. I want to watch it. So all of a sudden, these online things pop up. Now with Blockbuster Direct, you can do it online. Now they have the kiosks in Blockbuster, those dollar kiosks. You've seen those?
And in Publix too, actually.
I mean, I'm sorry, in Publix, not in Blockbuster. In Publix.
Be redundant in Publix.
The kids that work in the Blockbuster in my neighborhood on Biscayne, up in Upper Biscayne, are just really, what's the word I'm looking for? They're snarky. Okay,
Snarky, huh?
They're probably way too intelligent to actually be working in Blockbuster, but they are working in Blockbuster. So these guys definitely, they have a thing where they make fun of every single patron that ever comes in consistently, and they have a little book and they keep track of them. And I got wind of this, and
You got the black book.
Well, I just thought that they're basically assholes. Oh, you got to dump that, Dave. You got to dump that. Good. Okay. He had to dump the word asshole. Oh, he did it again. Sorry.
Not fast enough.
But anyways, long story short, I went in and when I read about this, I went in and I just took the paper and I showed it to him and I laughed and I said, "Looks like it's Quiznos for you boys." Okay, I think that's where
Now
you're
they're
going
gonna
to
be
end up.
spitting in your subs.
But
huh?
you know what? This is a perfect. Blockbuster has 3,300 locations. That's amazing.
But I don't think they're all going out. I think it's just a restructuring.
they're
of
reorganizing.
bankruptcy.
They're not going under. No.
Yeah.
Let's
Those
get it.
guys will probably still be there because you're there
Let's-
buying those, renting those videos.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I mean, they can cut their locations down in half. Going into bankruptcy is a negotiating ploy, if anything, with landlords. I mean,
Right.
it's lots of times the biggest liability a company has is its obligation to its landlords, its facilities. That's the biggest obligation. That's probably the number one reason they did it. They'll go back in, they'll renegotiate, they'll close a bunch of stores. And they'll keep operating, but it is an amazing. And feel free to chime in, Stephen, if you have a comment. It's an amazing, just a transition, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a sea change in, the way people search for information and the way people search for media, including movies and any type of entertainment.
Well, you're seeing that with some of your clients because we were talking before the show a little bit, and you spend a lot of time talking to doctors, for example. That's one of the industries that you work with. And tell us a little bit about how you have these seminars for doctors. They come in, they know nothing, and when you're done, they really understand how they're missing the boat. Explain that to me a little bit.
Well, I mean, it is definitely true for doctors, but it's really true for all business. When people are seeking out services these days, they're going to the internet. They're going to the search engines and they're typing into Google, chiropractor or plastic surgeon or, more specific searches such as like plastic surgeon Boca. Mm-hmm. And whoever comes up on that first page, that is your real competition. And it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. You could be selling anything, service or goods or anything.
Okay, so in that instance, you would help. How would you help, let's say, a doctor from that point on? I mean, or how would you help them sell their goods?
Okay, well, this is basically what's called search engine optimization. And search engine optimization is a way of using your website to market your business via the internet and coming up on that first page of Google or any of the search engines for that matter. And, search engine optimization is the way that you market your business today.
Well, and that's what the SEO stands for.
Right, absolutely.
All right, so yeah, because that, and I think that companies who feel they put up a website and then they think that they've spent their money wisely. I mean, you kind of show them that they've actually wasted their money because of the fact that.
Well, we look at it as an opportunity for them to grow their business. I mean, if you have a website and only your friends and family are seeing your website, it's because your website is not being found online. It's not climbing to the top of the search engines the way that the websites that we build at Project SEO are. When we build a website, it's created as a blog, and blogs are indexed, and I'll explain what index is in a second, but blogs are indexed by the search engines more often than a typical website. A typical website's only indexed by the search engines once every 15 days. A blog is indexed by the search engine every time there's new content added to it. And every time your site gets indexed, your website, you do want your site to be indexed as often as possible. Every time your site gets indexed by a search engine, it climbs the ranks of that search engine.
And that's how you appear on the opening pages.
Right.
And there's a dramatic difference